Who's in the room tonight? Misha in the house. What's going on, Misha? Donna Lee, Florney Mancuso. What's up? How you guys doing? Not too much, bro. How it goes? You know, same old shit here in Buffalo. Gloomy and doomy, rainy, depressing. It's kind of like I'm living in Seattle. There's so much damn rain. They always say April showers bring May flowers, but it's rained all of April and all of May, literally. They might want to change that to April and May showers bring June flowers. I swear, we don't have a spring here. We have one of the most beautifulest autumn times, or fall time, anywhere in the world, right here in Western New York. The foliage is probably the best on the planet. Some of the best. But springtime is non-existent here in Buffalo, New York. It goes straight from winter to summer. It'll literally be like 30 something degrees one day and snowing, and then the next day all of a sudden it'll be 83 and sunny, and then it'll just stay warm. It's weird. It's hot there. Where are you at, Donnelly? What part of the home of the brave are you from? About 85 here, but had a freeze warning 2 weeks ago. Where are you at again, Misha? I forgot where you're located at, too. You told me before, and I forgot. I ain't seen you in a minute, Misha. Haven't seen you around. It's good to see you. It's 82 right now. Here in Buffalo, I don't have a thermometer, but if I had to guess, it's probably, I don't know, let me take a gander out the window and I'll let you know. I'm going to say 43, 42. That's just my guesstimate. And I haven't even looked at the temperature today, so I have no clue what it's supposed to be here. I'm usually pretty good at guessing temperatures. I've been my whole life. Been able to get like temperatures within like 1 or 2 degrees at the most at different times of the day just by feeling there. And I don't know, it's just something, it's weird, but it's just something I always been good at. Because of chemtrails, I am in Georgia. Georgia. I was in Georgia last March. I went down to the ATL to Atlanta, hot Atlanta. Party hardied. Nice little city. The homelessness there is crazy, I will say that. Compared to where I live, you don't see as many homeless people. I mean, they were everywhere down there. They were, you couldn't get 5 to 10 steps without another person asking you if you had some change, if you had a couple dollars, if you had a cigarette. It was pretty bad. People were just laying out on the streets everywhere. I mean, in Buffalo, you have little sections where, homeless people sleep and stuff. But they usually stick to one or two areas, mostly. And Atlanta was pretty bad. When I say they were sleeping everywhere, they were sleeping out in front of businesses. People were walking over them, going in businesses. It was pretty crazy. Well, what's up, Dustin? What's going on, brother? How you been? You enjoying this shitty rainy season we've been having here in Buffalo? I've been dying to get out there and do some fishing. I'm waiting for the next perfect day we have where it's, 60 or better and it's just straight sunny. I don't care if there's chemtrails or whatever, but, well, I do care, but The next sunny day, I want to get out there and, the bass are biting. I seen the off the foot of Ontario in the boats on my way to work. There was freaking three fishing boats there, and all three boats, guys were holding huge bass up in their hands. I'm like, yep, they're biting. Putting together a game for my baby girl. She climbs out of the crib now. Well, that's what's up, man. Doing them fatherly duties. That's what makes you a man, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I've been there and I've had to do it, for my kid. Diapers were the worst, but I did it. I did it more than his mama. I'll tell you that much. The government is drugging everyone via chemtrails and 5G. I agree. I agree with you, Donna. 100%. I agree with you. I think the 5G is a little more diabolical than that, though. Like I said, I'm a firm believer that the 5G towers are nothing but shock collars. The kinds you put on dogs so they get too close to the road, it zaps them. It's going to be like that. When all hell breaks loose here on Earth, we're going to want to rebel, We're going to want to riot and pillage and loot and steal and rob and kill. And all they're going to have to do is push a button. It's going to send a frequency, in our ears. My ears have been ringing a hell of a lot lately, more than they ever have in my entire life. And some of them almost dropped me to my knees. I'm not shitting you. So, I believe those 5G towers are bad fucking news. As far as the chemtrails, I believe there's, we'll probably never get disclosure on that because I believe this alien thing is going to happen first. I believe this, fake alien invasion is going to happen first. That's just in my heart. That's what I believe, and I could see it crystal clear happening with the space program. They just came out with the space program, and Vice President Pence gave that speech and said, we will conquer the wars in space just like we conquered the wars here on Earth. But last time I checked, there's no enemies in space. It's not like we're going to be fighting Russia up there or China. We can just fight them down here on the ground. Why the fuck would we be fighting them in space? That makes no sense. So who else would we be fighting? They want you to think aliens. Because that's their next biggest move. Generate a war. Space program. Generate a war from forces outside our world. Just like Ronald Reagan said in the 80s, people, when he fucking disclosed it for everybody right there. Okay, because in my eyes, that was disclosure good enough for me. Okay, that he was basically admitting he knew aliens were real. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from Ronald Reagan. And look how many times they tried to assassinate that boy, huh? Look how many times they tried popping caps in his ass. I don't know how many times there were on Reagan, but there was a shit ton. Because he knew a lot. He was ready to expose. I'm a firm believer, though, that this fake invasion will happen soon. Because they're building the space program up now. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to need war. War generates money. And they're going to claim they need to build all these new technologically advanced aircraft to be able to get up in space to fight these battles. And who do you think is going to pay for that? We are. The taxpayers. We're all going to pay for that. And unfortunately, I believe lives are going to have to be, blood's going to have to be spilt. Lives are going to be lost over this. And people will have to be sacrificed. I don't know where it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But UFOs will make an attack somewhere here on, this country, I'm assuming. And probably kill people. And I don't think it's going to be aliens at all doing it. It's going to be for a bigger agenda, a bigger plan. Always be thinking 10 steps, 10 moves ahead. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to think about everything. You got to be thinking outside the box and thinking, 10 moves ahead of everybody else. And that's the way I think. I'm constantly thinking. Even when I'm talking to somebody, having a full-blown conversation, I'm going on in my mind still, thinking about different shit, and, basically, it's like having two brains. And I'm still able to respond to the conversation I'm having. starting to get psoriasis real bad again. My skin fucking sucks. I was thinking maybe I'm an alien, you know what I'm saying? Fucking reptilian. You know, the fucking scales, the skin peels, that's the same thing fucking psoriasis does. I'm green-eyed. I have the perfect blood type. I'm a prime candidate for any abduction. But I want to know, though, when the fake alien thing happens, okay, the real aliens are going to get pissed off because they know what's going on down here, and they're not going to want fucking the government down here blaming killing people on them. You know what I'm saying? And creating a fake war. I don't think they're going to like that very well. And then we're going to have a real war on our hands, okay? You know, credible sources in the military, you know, have been stating that when the military's been running their drills in the last 6 months or so, they've, you know, encountered the Foo Fighters, like from back in the World War II, the UFOs. They're encountering these things, like UFOs, and anytime they're running any kind of drills or anything, the UFOs are on them like flies on shit, I guess. I've heard this from many different sources. So maybe they know what's getting ready to take place or happen. I have green eyes too, Donna. Let me catch up on the comment section here. What am I missing here? Good bro, putting together a gate for my baby. I read that one. If you look up the movie The River Thief on YouTube, it was filmed here in Lewiston, Idaho, and a couple parts up in Moscow, Idaho. The government is drugging everyone. Yo, yeah. Faked impact. Yeah, you could be right on that too, Dustin. Some kind of fake global event, like a nuclear bomb going off, an asteroid hitting, where they have to declare martial law. You know what I'm saying? People think shit's hitting the fan, and Trump could remain president for who knows how long. Fucking the next 50 years. Because you can't have elections during martial law. Not until the government is restored back to order can the elections, you know, keep going. I have never been born this way, training Russians and Chinese to fight on our grounds. Why they don't have a problem killing Americans. Take methotrexate. I have green eyes, green. I'm guessing no one's heard. Never heard of that movie, Misha. But I'll definitely look it up after the live feed. I really will. What's going on? Bottle Caps in the house. Thank you for stopping by. Met Bottle Caps probably an hour or so ago, maybe a couple hours ago on a different live chat. You know, linked up. Thank you for supporting. Appreciate it. Something's going to happen, though, people. Something's got to give. And I'm in firm belief it's going to be a fake alien invasion staged by our own government. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be flying the UFOs. They're going to be shooting out of the UFOs. And everybody's going to want blood. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to go up in space and get them and kill them. You know what I'm saying? But they're not really up there. So we're going to be fighting ourselves up there. You get what I'm saying? Something's going to happen while Trump's president. I'm guaranteeing that. And if a fake alien invasion happens, then we get disclosure. That confirms aliens are real. Even though they're not doing it, the government would be disclosing that. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be the kind of disclosure I want, that's for sure, but nevertheless, it would be disclosure. But when they find out, you know, I'm sure they're going to want to, you know, blow some shit up themselves, so. All I know is by the year 2023, something catastrophic is going to happen on this planet. It's going to be changing history forever. something that's going to have everybody looking in the sky, and something you'll never forget for the rest of your life, no matter how small that may be. It's going to be a giant, massive event. It's going to be an extinction level event. You can kill two birds with one stone, because if you're doing a fake alien invasion, you're also killing people. You're also controlling the population, but you're not taking the blame for that. Some extraterrestrial race up in space is getting the bad rap for that. You get where I'm going with this? Is it making sense to you now? Damn notifications! I don't think it's going to be aliens, but I think everything needs a reboot. I agree 100%. This world is a sick place. It really is. It's got a lot of good people in it still. Don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it's just going down the drain quicker than anybody could ever imagine. And it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. You know, our poor future generations, you know, our grandkids, our, you know, great grandkids, what kind of world are they going to have to live in after, you know, by then the world's going to be just, who knows? Fire is a-coming. I know that. And I'm afraid Earth will eventually end up looking like Mars. And the whole planet will burn one day. And it will be like barren desert wasteland. It'll be the opposite of an ice age. Because Earth already had its ice age. Okay? We had an ice age. Now, we're heading towards the opposite of an ice age. You know what I'm saying? Heat is coming. There's a lot of things coming. We can get a kill shot tomorrow from the fucking sun that could fry all the grids all across the world, and therefore martial law would be declared. That's all it would take. Some people think that's why they're doing the chemtrail. Others believe it's tied in with weather manipulation. So, we don't have the answers. You know, we're seeking those answers. We need to unplug. Did you know that Sweden, England, France are being chipped? What does that mean? They're putting microchips in their citizens? If that's the case, then that's fucking crazy. And I'll tell you what, they ain't doing that to me. The government is not putting a chip in me. I don't give a rat's ass. There's no chip going in my body forcefully, you know, or willingly anyways. Now, if I get drugged or something and they put it in me and I don't know about it, that's a different story. But I won't ever let them or volunteer myself to put a chip in my body. I already have a chip in my body, and it's not from the United States. It's not from this planet. Blame the sun simulator. They probably have sun simulators. You know, you hear more and more about this. You know, I was hearing about China or some shit was going to launch fireworks in space. They were going to have this big fireworks display in space, not on Earth, in space. And supposedly everybody would be able to see it from Earth, and it would look like, you know, hundreds of thousands of meteorites just shooting across the sky, they said. And it's supposed to look unbelievable. I don't know when this is going to happen, but somebody was talking about that. I was watching a video where they were talking about that today. I can't remember where. I'm seeing more and more videos of, you know, two suns rising, two suns setting. And these things ain't lens flares, okay? I've been a sky watcher for many freaking years. I've been a ufologist for a lot more. So I've seen shit with my own eyes. Things that looked like two suns setting. And I know what a lens flare looks like. You know what I'm saying? And sure, there's a shit ton of videos that show lens flares. There really is. There is a shit ton. I won't front on that. There really is. But there are exceptions. There are a lot of videos out there that we're seeing objects, planetary looking objects, and it can't be debunked as a lens flare. It just can't. Because it's not a lens flare. The movie Knowing, I love that movie with Nicolas Cage. That's a good ass movie, right? Nicolas Cage. We watched that probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I've seen it already probably 15 times. I could watch it again tonight. That's how much I like that movie. It's a good movie. I recommend it. Most definitely. Knowing was great, Misha, wasn't it? That shit was a good ass movie. They put the time capsule in the ground. The girl, what was her name? Matilda or something, that was scratching the numbers in the closet door. That shit was freaky, and it was predicting everything. And it even predicted the end of the world, didn't it? That's crazy. Yeah, it was a good movie. Good movie, for sure. CGI up there. Yep. Blue Beam Project, that's basically CGI. The government, we all know, has a program, a project running called the Blue Beam Project. And it's this blue projection that is projected on clouds or chemtrails at night. And it lights up like a fucking holographic image almost like a portal. And it'll shrink just like a portal. It'll go and just disappear. And then it'll come back, blink, like a light switch being turned on and off. I documented this 2 years ago over Buffalo, New York. I seen it for almost 2 weeks straight. Like every other day for like 2 weeks straight, I seen this thing to the southern skies. And we tried to drive. We tried to drive to track the thing down to see if we can get, close to it. Maybe it was coming from the ground, whatever. As far as we drove, we could not get any closer to this thing, which means it was coming from space. So we all know they're playing with lasers and all kinds of shit in space that they don't tell us about, people. They have their own UFOs. Our governments have been capable and able of flying to every planet in our solar system since the 80s, people. And that's the truth. We've been to every planet in this solar system, and we have bases on Mars and the moon and possibly Venus. And maybe even Jupiter. But we've been to every planet. Don't let them fool you. Predictive programming. Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. Why do you think they're ramping up the alien shit? Ancient Aliens is on the History Channel running non-stop half the time. Shows like Project Blue Book, based on a true story. You think the government would let that come out? But it's basically admitting they're covering up and lying about UFOs. Do you think they'd want that coming out? They'd have the power to stop shit like that, but they let it come out. Why did they let it come out? Because they're slowly acclimating us towards a UFO disclosure of some kind through predictive programming. But the disclosure that we get, I don't think is going to be a friendly disclosure. It's going to be a fake alien invasion. I'm almost sure of it. And people are going to lose their lives. And it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad probably. And there's nothing I or anybody else could probably do about it. And that's the saddest thing of all. It really is. That's the saddest thing of all, people. Space is water, lol. I have a hunch. I have the funniest feeling. I've had dreams of being in space tons and tons of dreams of being in space and flying by planets. And, I meet the criterias for the abductions. And I've had strange dreams that didn't feel like dreams, where gray alien little grays were holding me down on each shoulder. And then Leak Project had a guy on who was abducted, and he said basically the same thing. He thought he was dreaming, and two aliens were holding down his arms and his shoulders. And when he said that, I got goosebumps, because it's like that's how he was took it. And it's like, okay, they were here for me. And one night something told me to get up. I heard a voice whispering in my ear, but there was nobody there. I was laying down in my bed and I was sleeping, and I woke up because I kept hearing voices. And then when I woke up, I was hearing voices being projected in my ear, but there was nothing next to me, telling me to go outside, look in the sky, and then saying you're going to die. And I tried getting up, and something would not let me up. Something was holding me down and not letting me get up. It was like almost like a elephant was sitting on my chest, for real. And the next morning when I, got up, and this happened around 3 o'clock in the morning exactly. The next morning when I got up, my son said, "Dad, the weirdest thing happened to me last night. I started hearing, voices in my sleep, and something telling me to wake up and look out the window in the sky." So he said he opened the blinds, and my son is, he's a skeptic. He's on the fence about all the UFO stuff. And he said he opened the blinds and looked out, and he said he seen a bright orbed light hovering above our tree in the backyard of our house, exactly at 3. And I heard voices telling me to go outside. And my son seen a big ass orb out there. So at the same exact time, I was having this, these voices telling me things. And then I've had the thing with the aliens holding me down. And, I screamed for bloody murder for dear life, but it came out like that. And my wife's like, "You okay? What the fuck did you just say?" And I'm like, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I'm in my bed. What the fuck? And the next day, my shoulders and my arms were fucking killing me. It was almost like I was a major league pitcher and I tore my rotator cuff from throwing 1,000 fastballs. My arm was so fucking sore, like I got a fucking tetanus shot in it or something. And the night before is when I had that thing with the aliens holding down my shoulders on each side of me, and there was a third one down by my feet. And like I said, I meet all the criterias. The perfect blood type, the green eyes, the scaling of the skin, the thinking outside the box, not allowing myself to be corrupted or brainwashed through media or television or things like that. As long as your ass won't sore, you're good. Yo, no, the ass wasn't sore, thank God. I don't think I got any anal probes that night. But I don't remember. Like I said, I have dreams of being in space and stuff. I had a dream about an alien when I was younger, and the alien in my dream looked exactly spitting image 100% like the alien that was in that one autopsy video that almost looked. It was like small, like a gray alien, but it had almost like a human face, but it still had the big ears and a little bit of an obligated head or whatever. And that's the exact alien I seen in my dreams, when I was flying in space. A lot of weird stuff. My son, they abductions happen first at the age of 3, then 7, then 11. My son used to have night terrors at the ages of 3, 7, and 11, where he would get up and just frantically run around the house and run into walls and be screaming like Michael Myers was chasing him down the hallway, but he wasn't awake. He was asleep. He'd be asleep through all this. He wasn't conscious at all, but he would run around like somebody was trying to kill him at the ages of 3, 7, and 11. And I was reading these articles that said a lot of abductions, you could tell or whatever, they have a lot to do with night terrors, supposedly. And my son found this weird bump under his skin behind his ear one day. and he was showing me. He's like, I don't know what this is. He's like, I'm kind of worried. And I was feeling it, and it didn't feel like no tumor or nothing. It felt like a microchip or something was behind his ear. And, I got all concerned, and I was like, your mother's got to bring you to the fucking hospital. You got to go see a doctor, have him check this out, make sure, it's not what we think it is, whatever. Or even worse, like cancer or tumor or something. So his mother finally brings him to the doctors a couple months later, supposedly. And all of a sudden, Houston, we have a problem. He goes in to show the doctor the thing behind his ear. And guess what? The thing behind his ear was suddenly gone. It was there the day before, but it was gone the day he went to the doctors to show him. And the doctor's like, I don't feel nothing back there, nothing back there. Then that weekend, like 2 days later, he came to my house to spend the weekend, and he was telling me about it, and there was no chip there. I didn't see nothing. And then he said, check this out. Look what I found on my foot. And it was that same lump that was behind his ear. Only this time it was down on his foot. Boss lady. I don't see a boss lady out here.
You know who that wrestler is?
Axel Jim Duggan, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be at Collector's Inn Thursday.
Really?
Yeah, so people can have a chance to meet him.
Really? Mm-hmm. What's going on, skies above? Thank you, Miss Boss Lady. Is Boss Lady, was he talking to my wife? Or was there a person named Boss Lady here that I just didn't see? Oh, it's me, okay. What's going on, skies above? We're just talking a little fake alien invasion, abduction stories, government agendas, predictive programming. I just hope we're all ready for this fake alien invasion, and I hope people can see past the lies. I really do. Because they're going to want you to believe that it's from some force outside this earth causing harm to, our citizens. They're going to want you to think that these aliens mean bad business and they want to harm us. But if that was the case, they could have annihilated us a long time ago. But they haven't. Because they want peace. They don't want to hurt us. They want to observe us and watch us, but they don't want to hurt us. And we know this. And when they do a fake invasion, and start blaming people that really ain't there, those people are going to get pissed off. And then a real war will ensue. Call the sun the light bulb since I was a small child. I dreamt that the sun exploded. I had that same freaking dream, skies above. I had the same exact dream, probably about a year and a half ago. The same exact freaking dream. And what was crazy was I was videotaping the sun that same day before I went to sleep, and I was seeing these flashes on the camera. The sun was just flashing, and it did it probably like 30 times. It looked like a series of mini explosions on the sun because the sun was flashing like this. It was a partly cloudy day, but you can still see the sun was flashing. And then I moved my camera to see. I thought maybe it was an effect on my camera, and I looked up, and when I looked up, I was seeing flashing. And that night, I had a dream that the fucking sun exploded. And it was pitch blackness here. The sun never came up the next day. And everything just started dying, and the world just went to shit, and then it was primitive times again, and people killing one another. Just crazy shit. Hey, y'all, don't forget, because I know it's easy to forget because I do it too. But try to do it on the way in. That way you never forget. Smash that like for me if you can. Smash that like button. Sometimes you forget. I do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? If you could, I'd greatly appreciate that, y'all. I really would. Yep, my nightmares went on 7, 8 years, several times a week. I said it would never happen. Well, you had nightmares too? I had a lot of crazy shit happen to me. I was at this rehab when I was a drug addict, and the rehab was an old rectory where nuns lived. And there was rumors that it was haunted, whatever, but nobody ever talked about giant dark apparitions. You know what I'm saying? And one night I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well,
Can you use the slippers real quick? Or sandals?
I'm wearing them.
Alright,
I woke up at it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, two something. Something just woke me up out of a deep sleep, and I looked at the foot of my bed, and there was like a 7 foot, 8 foot, just something. It was a black mass, is all it was, but it was in the shape of a body, and you couldn't see nothing but just blackness. But it was a body, like Slender Man almost, but it was just fucking giant and black. And I started screaming. I threw my blankets and my pillows at it. And then I ran out of the room. First I turned on the light and there was nothing there. But I ran out of the room anyways, and the guy was doing his rounds on the floor. And he was only one room away from me. And I said, "Were you just in this room?" He said, "No, I haven't got to that room yet." I said, "Did you hear me screaming in there?" He said, "No, I haven't heard a sound. It's been, quiet as church mice or whatever." I'm like, how could that be possible? I was just fucking screaming bloody murder. I threw my fucking covers, blankets at this thing. I don't know if it was a ghost or it could have been some sort of extraterrestrial race. Again, I could have been abducted by more than one alien race. Who knows? I've had reoccurring dreams. I get them all the time. I'll have the same dreams over and over again. And, they say that I come from a family of psychics, but I don't think I have the ability to predict nothing or anything. But I will say that a lot of stuff that I have dreamed about has came true in some shape, way, or form. Like little stupid shit. Like I'll dream that I'm broke down on the highway and I have to change a tire, and there's this house right off of the highway, and it's got all these bicycles in front of it and rusty old campers, and it's got these green shutters all over it. And then like 2 years later, I break down in New Jersey, and what's sitting there? That fucking house with the bikes, and shit like that would happen to me all the fucking time. And I can't explain why or why would I even dream of that and then it come true? I have no idea. Maybe they were right. Maybe I do have some sort of gift that I'm unaware of, or I'm just blinded to. I don't know. I try to predict things all the time. I'm predicting a false flag alien invasion. Let's see if that comes true. If that comes true, that'll be the greatest prediction of all times. You heard it first right here. Don't forget it. Red, white, and disclosure. Smash that like if you can, please. Bada bing, bada boom. Pizza pie. I like my pizza pie with lots of pepperoni. And if you piss me off, I'll go soprano like I'm Tony. All the shit you got for Gazy like it's phony. So I'll call you Patrick Swayze, Dirty Dancing with a nosebleed. We green eyes are. I've heard that too, you know what I'm saying? I have heard that. There's something about the green eyes, there really is. It's almost like we're not human. And some say there are, ancient, whatever, alien fucking critics, whatever, that say, people with green eyes could even be alien. Or we could have even been made by them. I don't know. I know I have a connection with them. That's all I know. I've always been fascinated with aliens and UFOs my whole life. Ever since my first sighting when I was a kid with my father. I was only a little kid, and I remember this sighting like it was yesterday. And me and my father, I seen something in the sky, and it wasn't really that high. You could make it out clear as a bell. It was a metallic disc-shaped object, and you could see it clear as day. And it just hovered above my house for, hours. It felt like hours. I don't know how long it was, but it felt like hours. And me and my dad watched it for, an hour or so. And then he went in the house, and I continued to watch it for a while, and then it was gone. I looked down for a second, looked up, and it was gone. And that was the first time I ever had any missing time. Because I remember what time it was around when we were seeing this thing. And after it was gone, it was it was dinner time. My mom was coming out to basically call me for dinner, and we ate around 5:30, 6 o'clock every day, like clockwork. And my mom would come out and scream my name down the street. And when we seen the UFO, it was, I don't know, probably 11 a.m. or so, 11:30, 12 at the latest. And I watched it for 2 hours. That would bring it to 2 o'clock. And next thing I remember, it's 5. So that's 3 hours of missing time. And I was just a wee bit lad. I was just a youngin'. I was just a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? You were married to a full-blooded Italian. Well, I'm not full-blooded. My mother's 100% full-blooded Italian. And my dad, he's got a mixture of a few different things. He's Swedish. I know he's got Swedish in him. And something else, but not very much of it. But yeah, I was raised in an Italian household. All Italian brothers and all my brothers and sisters have different fathers. They're all full-blooded Italian, 100%. And I'm not. I'm only half. So, but I was raised all Italian. Red sauce, eating it every fucking day. Family get-togethers up the wazoo. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, fucking Mama Luke's. There was no Mama Luke's there. Now they're all fucking Mama Luke's. And black. My wife, she's so silly sometimes. And black. But don't say I didn't tell you so. I know about missing time. Yeah, me too. It's happened, I don't know how many times in my life. I'm not going to say it's happened a shit ton, but it didn't just happen once either. I've experienced Mandela effects like crazy. I just experienced one the other day, and my brain won't even remember what it was, but I know I experienced one. I experienced a Mandela effect during a live sporting event. I listened to a hockey game on the radio, NHL game, and the game was going one team was blowing out the other. And then when I got home later and watched the highlights, it was the total opposite way. The other team blew out the other team, and it was just fucking mind-blowing. That's the government, though, I think, with the Mandela effects. MK Ultra, 5G networks. It's all ties in together, people. They're trying to brainwash us on a large scale. Predictive programming us to death with UFOs, aliens. Speak into the microphone, would ya? Microphone check. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. I am Irish, German, English. I don't have any German in me, but for some strange reason, I don't know. I feel a connection to German. I don't know why. My dad could have been German. He was Swedish and something else. I don't know what the other part of him was. Could have been German, but for some strange reason, I feel a connection with people of Germany for some reason. I don't know why. And I actually want to go to Germany. I heard it's fucking beautiful there. All the videos I seen, it's beautiful there. I want to go there more than anywhere else in the world. Germany. I don't know why. I'm German, Irish, and Russian. Do svidaniya. If he dies, he dies. What's that from, Misha? It's one of the best lines of all times in a movie. If he dies, he dies. I love that. MK Ultra. I know about those bastards. Sorry for the language. That's all right. You're using it in a good way, so as long as you're using it in a good way, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? What should I get to eat tonight? I'm trying to think of something good for dinner, but can't come up with anything. Can't think of anything good. Rocky. Misha, the Russian from Rocky, was it 5? Remember the Russian? When he kills Apollo, no, it was part 4, I think, at the end of 4. He kills her, maybe it was the beginning of 5, I don't know. He kills Apollo Creed, and then they interview him in the ring, and they say, he looks severely hurt, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, what are your thoughts on that, or whatever? And they put the microphone up to him, and the only thing he says is, if he dies, he dies. Capiche? Your life will be flushed down the Pichadu. Our lives are going to be flushed down the Pichadu. Pretty soon. All hell will break loose. There's a lot of speculations, there's, every day it's just one thing after another. UFOs, if it ain't UFOs, it's chemtrails, solar flares, earthquakes, and fucking tornadoes, weather manipulation. It's just something every day. Earth is always in danger at all times. Like I always tell people, asteroids are a very real threat. They've hit Earth in the past, and they will hit Earth again in the future. Just look at the moon. Look how many craters are on the moon. That's how many times that thing's been hit with asteroids. Sooner or later, a big one's going to come through that the atmosphere can't burn up. Do we have the technology to stop that? Probably so. I would like to think we do now. But then again, would the aliens like them screwing around with destiny? You know what I'm saying? Because that was meant to happen. Who knows? Or they can stage a fake asteroid. Declare martial law. We're in constant threat of black holes. Supposedly, don't forget about portals, people. Portals are fucking real, people. Portals are fucking real, and they exist. There are certain spots on this planet that are energy spots, and everything will go haywire. Your compasses, magnets, gravity even doesn't act itself. Like the Bermuda Triangle and certain national parks have these spots of energy where portal doors can open. People go missing every year, thousands and thousands of people. Some are abductions, yes, but others disappear through portals. The Bermuda Triangle, they never find any wreckage, whole airplanes, oil tankers, boats, vessels, ships, fucking planes disappear over the Bermuda Triangle all the time. They never find any fucking wreckage, any bodies. Okay? Where are these people going? They're going through portal doors. Where they're going, that's the question. That's the $1 million question, people. Where are they going? Do they die? Does their body not survive a trip like that through some time rift? I don't know. Now, time machines, I believe, are very real too, people. And I believe the Germans actually were working on one. They built a UFO called the Glock. But I believe it was more than a UFO. I believe it was a time vessel. It was a time machine. And I believe they got that thing to travel either in the future or back in time somehow. I think they went to the future to see what Earth was going to be like. And when they came back in like 1986, and they crashed the thing in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. There was a UFO sightings, lots of witnesses that witnessed this flying bell flying around in the sky before it crashed to the ground. And I forget what they said it was. They debunked it. The government came in, covered it all up. But there was plenty of witnesses that said that thing was the Bell, and it looked just like that fucking the Glock. And some people even swore that it had swastikas, Nazi insignias on the side of it. Now that thing goes down as one of the biggest UFO crashes in the history of the world and country, for that matter. It's like right under Roswell. You know what I'm saying? It was kept a little more hush hush. If you don't know about it, research it. Alien, a UFO crash landed Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Type in the search. Shit will pop up, and you'll be able to watch certain things. A lot of the material now has been lost, blocked, and but there's still some things out there that they don't care if you see, but they don't give you all the details. Me either, boss lady. Okay, what am I missing in here? Green Eyes Irish. Have a great night. All right, Misha, take care if you're still here. Sorry I didn't see it, brother. Red Sky and Night, Sailor's Delight. Yep, absolutely. I've been saying that my whole life. Red Sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Now what happens when the sky's at night and in the morning every day of the fucking week? I know, right? Because it seems like that, doesn't it? It's crazy. We have red skies and it's fucking a monsoon comes through the next day. You never know what you're going to get when all hell breaks loose. Rest assured we will have loads to tell God. Yeah, most definitely. But God already knows. Glass has 6 key lines running through nice cage houses there. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I think I remember reading about and seeing a documentary about that place. Yeah, I think that's one of the energy spots too, where portal doors can open. I seen a documentary. This guy went missing in a national park, and they reenacted it, how far he was walking ahead of the rest of the people. He was just there 1 second, then disappeared. And they couldn't get him out of vision, so the only thing logical was either he was abducted or he stepped through a portal. And they brought all kinds of gadgets up there and, radiation devices, all this other shit. And the shit was all going haywire, so the guys were like, this is definitely an energy spot of, significance. And boom, portal doors. And there was a few other cases where a few other people went missing in national parks, and the same thing happened. They just disappeared while walking a trail, and they were seen like 30 to 40 seconds before they disappeared, and they just vanished. And then crazy shit. And swastika as well. The Glock returns to Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Amy was there within an hour and hieroglyphs around bottom. But yeah, exactly, DJ Truth. That shit was that Nazi UFO. But I think it was more than a UFO. Because they were in the 40s. And then how the fuck would it crash land in 86? You get what I'm saying? They traveled in time somehow. And when they came back, they didn't come back where they were supposed to come back. And they ended up crash landing in Kecksburg, fucking Pennsylvania. And they did a good job covering that shit all up. Basically threatened all the fucking citizens, paid them all off. Fucking Men in Black came, it was a big fiasco. They hauled the shit off on flatbeds under tarps and brought them to Edwards Air Force Base in Ohio. Or no, not Edwards, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, I believe, in Ohio. Which wouldn't be that far from Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Ohio's actually touches Pennsylvania on the western side. So it wouldn't be that far of a haul. It was during the wee morning hours. So a lot of it would have been under the cover of darkness to get that to the base. What happened here? You deleted the Glock. Why the hell? Why did you delete that, babe? Babe, why are you deleting these messages? I didn't. Well, it says you're deleting all of the messages for DJ Truth for some reason. It says, message deleted by Mrs. Red, White, and Disclosure. View deleted message. And they're not bad messages. Sorry, Truth. I don't know what's going on. YouTube must be playing games because my wife's not doing that. And I'm most certainly not doing that. So it's saying my wife's doing it, but she's not doing it. She's in the other room. So try to comment again, DJ. Or what's it? Yeah, DJ. Try to comment again. Oh, there we go. Now it didn't happen. See, now everything's all good. No, I know you didn't delete anything. It was telling me on my screen that my wife was deleting your messages. And I couldn't figure out why. And, she wasn't doing it. And I wasn't doing it. So it had to been YouTube fucking being idiots. They didn't want people to see that message. That's what it was. Because there was one they wouldn't even let me undo. This one right here. I can't even see that message. It won't even let me view it. I click view deleted message, and it won't let me view it. Oh, there we go. The Glock returns to Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. That comment you wrote, YouTube did not want people seeing that. So I'm going to say that out loud. The Glock returns to Kecksburg, PA. Army was there within an hour. Had hieroglyphics around bottom and swastikas as well. Take that, YouTube. You can't silence that unless you block this video now. You see it? You see what I mean? Shit's been getting weird on my page. Really weird. Strange things have been happening. It's been taking me multiple, sometimes 3 tries to upload a video. The first couple always fail. Don't know why. I don't have no strikes. I don't have nothing on my page, so I don't know. It's just fuckery. They purge me of subs every single day. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 subs, 20 subs sometimes. They unsubscribe certain channels. They block my notifications. 1 out of every 2, if I post 3 videos today, 1 of those notifications won't go out for, or if they do, they'll be limited to only maybe 100 of my subscribers. Maybe not even that. Crazy shit. Crazy shit, people. Crazy fucking shit. Matt Rogers says the same. What does Matt Rogers say, Jane? Thanks for stopping by. I used to watch some of Matt Rogers stuff. I don't really watch his stuff anymore. But I'm curious to know what he's saying. Because you said Matt Rogers says the same. Happens to most of the channels. Oh, about what I was saying? About trying to upload? And it... Yeah, because they're probably getting ready to delete our channels. Terminate our channels. That's probably what's going to happen. It's only a matter of time before they terminate my channel. I know that. That's a given, and I'll have to start over from scratch again like I always do. And work my way back up to 1,000. And I'll do it. Because I'm a persistent motherfucker. So, they hate the truth. Yeah, they fucking do, Jane. You're damn right they do. You're fucking damn right they do. And they try to silence the truth as much as possible. And all the shit I speak on this channel, it's my version of the truth, but I believe that to be the truth. And maybe they see it that way too, and they don't want me telling other people that stuff. I've had death threats before in the past. When I've ran previous channels for talking about conspiracy theories and 9/11, inside job shit and Planet X shit. I don't fucking, I'm not afraid of none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When you die, you die. It's your time to go. It's your time to go. If I live my life being afraid of speaking my mind or speaking my opinion, then that's a sad life. It really is. And, I tell it how it is because the fact of the matter is I can. It's a free country last time I checked. Well, I don't know how free it is. They say it's free, but is it really? I don't know. Iran, yeah. Things are heating up over there. Well, they got to have some sort of military conflict going on before the alien thing happens. And maybe that's the perfect thing. They'll go to a little war with them, and then maybe UFOs will come down and start helping. It'll start looking like UFOs are helping Iran or something. Who knows how it's going to take place. But war generates money, people. It's billions of dollars coming in because they got to build tanks and missiles and ammo. And we all got to pay for that in our taxes. Speaking of taxes, I still haven't gotten mine. They've been reviewing my taxes for months now, and they haven't gave me a fucking cent, and they owe me over $6,000. Said Saudi Arabia will be blamed for what's happening. Probably. But we don't know what's going to happen with all of that, though, Brenda, yet. We can't see the end of that yet. We can't see how that's going to play out. There could be more to behind that than we actually even know. But time will tell. Time will most certainly tell. Misha's back in the motherfucking house. What up? Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop, lollipop. Boom, 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 boom. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, la. Hey, that's Misha. You gotta step away, It's understandable. I'm on live feeds all the time and I gotta step away. What happens. It's part of life. They're broke. Who's broke, DJ? The dark skies are upon us. Sun is setting. As we speak, it's probably almost down. And darkness is coming. What if the sun never came back up tomorrow? See, people take the sun for granted, people. They really do. They just expect that it'll be out tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? But what happens if one day you wake up and the sun don't come back up? It's a possibility. It could happen. Anything can happen to the sun at any time, people. They say it won't burn out for billions of years, but the sun could actually, anything can happen. With the fucking huge corona holes on it, that thing can burst at any fucking time. And if it does, we're in trouble. We're in fucking trouble. Yeah, exactly, Misha. Gravity would stop. We'd all float. They all float down here. From the movie It, huh? But we'll all be floating up there. We'll all be floating into space. And we'll burn up in the atmosphere getting out into space. The sun gives life. Imagine no sun. Exactly. No sun equals no life, my friend. But people take the sun for granted every day and they just expect it to be out tomorrow. People say, oh, it's a sunny day, but I'm going to stay in here and do office work. Because, I'll just go out to the beach tomorrow, lay in the sun. Then the sun don't come out, and then they're kicking themselves in the ass because they didn't go out in the sun that day. I should have went out, I didn't know it wasn't going to ever come back. Eventually, all the plant life will die. The animals that we eat, all the meat we consume, we won't be able to eat fruits and vegetables because the plant life will die. The animals won't get fed. They won't be able to eat, so who knows? Will they resort to cannibalism? Stranger things have happened. I don't know, but They will all die from having nothing to eat, and then we will eventually all die because all our food will eventually run out, and there will be nothing to hunt. Nothing to hunt. Deer zombie. Y'all see that shit? I believe that's a disease put into the deer population. Because when shit hits the fan and martial law happens and we got to resort back to primitive times, what's one of the biggest animals in the United States of America that are going to be hunted in every state for meat for their families? People are going to be hunting deer. Fish and deer are going to be the two main sources of food during an apocalyptic situation. Now, if we're eating the deer, they even said that this disease may be capable of spreading to humans someday. Okay, well, if we eat these deers that are infected with the zombie virus, then we're going to get this zombie virus. And it doesn't literally make you a zombie. It just eats away at your fucking head and your brain and your skull will just start eating away, but you'll still be alive and half of your head will just be decayed and your brain will be showing, but you'll still be walking around. Eventually you will die. Would you see that turn blue all of a sudden? Anybody see that? How the camera just turned blue? That was fucking weird. Democrats. Love that movie, haha. It's been so cold, it's dark. They say Jupiter is a sun now. A lot of strange stuff happens with Jupiter. I seen a UFO one time fly right into Jupiter and disappear. Not shitting you. Through my binoculars. It flew right towards fucking Jupiter and it just disappeared and I never seen it come out the other side. I also seen a UFO fly right into a fucking star one night. I was following I call them movers. And they're way the fuck up there in the sky among the stars, but you can see them moving like bats out of hell and flying all fucking weird. And I witnessed one fly right into a star above my house one day and just the star flashed and then it disappeared. I've been seeing a lot of stars last summer. Every night I was seeing stars. Certain stars would just light up. They would light up like never before. In a blink of an eye, they would light up and then like a big giant flash, and then they would fizzle out and start dimming. And then they'd be back to where they were again. And I witnessed this on several different stars last summer, and I don't know for the life of me what caused that. But whatever caused that was some kind of solar wave or something that had to cause that in that star for it to flash so bright like that and then all of a sudden stop. But it can't be good. It can't be good. You figure out dinner? No, I haven't figured out dinner yet, Misha. Really hot in Florida, yeah. They say someday the tables will be turned and Florida will have the cold climate like Buffalo, and Buffalo will have the Florida climate. You know, if the poles shift, reverse, whatever. I'm thinking salmon. I don't really like salmon. I don't know what it is. I love fish. I don't like shellfish. I don't like shrimp, crab, but I love fish. And but salmon, I just don't like it. I don't know what it is. The taste gets to me. It's like I don't know. It's just a weird taste to me. Perry Tyler, what's up? Jupiter Ascending, good movie. Yeah, that was a good movie, Skies. It was a decent movie too. No stars here, lots of craft though. I bet. They're increasing in numbers everywhere, people. Oh shit, I reached my hour limit already. The birds are confused because of artificial light. Yes, the birds are confused, Jane. I will agree with you on that. Birds have been acting very fucking weird the last, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months. They've been flying in huge flocks like I've never seen before. They've been corrugating together in and literally there will be fucking 50,000 of them in trees, and they're all chirping away so loud at the same time, and then all of a sudden they just stop all at once. It just goes silent all at one time. To hear 50,000 birds chirping away at the top of their lungs and just stop simultaneously all at the same time, I would say, yeah, something's weird is going on with the birds. The birds can sense before something catastrophe happens here on Earth, people. The animals are going to know it. They're going to feel it. That's what you got to look for. You got to follow and watch for the signs. And animals are going to be the signs we need to look for, people, because when the animals start acting strange, something bad's coming. And they already are starting to act pretty strange. Deer don't have fear anymore of humans. You know, it's just, it's crazy. Raccoons and skunks walking right up to people now, not afraid. Rats coming right up to people. Yep, you have to watch the animals. My video is almost ready to upload to YouTube. I'll keep an eye out for it, brother. The geese are acting weird. I haven't seen too many geese lately. We got a lot of them here. I just haven't really seen any. I seen that here, million birds flying west. Yeah, it's crazy shit, people. Well, thank everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. I gotta go get dinner from somewhere. We're hungry. Gotta go to sleep. Gotta go to work again tomorrow. I've been working for 2 weeks straight. Haven't had a day off yet. Exhausted. But thank you guys for the love and support. I know I'm dark now because it's dark outside and I don't have a light on. Thank you guys for all the support. Truly appreciate everything, guys. You guys are the fucking best. You really are. You know, I appreciate all the love and support you guys give me and my family. So thank you. And I didn't post any UFO videos today. You know, I thought I'd take a break, take a day off, do a talking video and a live feed. It's good to change things up once in a while, you know, instead of just the same old shit, posting UFO video after UFO video. So, you know, change of pace is good. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. Rattle Trap Fishing, hello. Thank you for stopping by. Almost lost it there. Almost lost it there. I clicked on, went to slide a notification off my page and actually accidentally clicked on it. Good night, everybody. Good night, DJ. Good night, Donna. Good night, my wife. Good night, Misha. Good night, Jane. Good night, Rattle Trap Fishing. Good night, Mandy. Good night, Brenda. Anybody I'm missing? Skies above. Good night. Who else was here? Anybody else here? DJ Truth, I said already. I think I got everybody. Perry Tyler. Good night. I think I got everybody. Yep. All right. Got everybody. Super Dave. Late to your own party, brother. Better late than never. I'm just saying my goodbyes. Make sure you smash that like for me, Dave. Peace and love, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Summer Ellis. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'll be doing another live feed this weekend, guys. Probably Saturday. So, stop by if you're not doing nothing. Around 7:30. You know, I'll be talking about the same usual shit. UFOs, conspiracies, fucking brain control, fucking alien invasions, Planet X, chemtrails, you name it. I'm talking about it. Peace and love, guys. Good night.